Namaste, the AI Samachar, bringing all of India's stories to life with cutting-edge AI. Today's date, 27th January, 2025.
27th January.
27th January.
Okay.
We didn't have any edition of this podcast yesterday due to India's Republic Day.
Oh, right.
It was a holiday for us.
Of course.
But we're back today with a deep dive into some fascinating news.
And even though it was a day of celebration, this Republic Day also marked kind of a somber anniversary. 25 years since that terrible terrorist attack in Assam.
That's right. Back in 2004 on August 15th, a bomb went off killing 13 people, including 10 children.
Really sad.
Yeah, it's a stark reminder that peace and security are things we always have to work towards,
Yeah.
even as we celebrate our nation's achievements.
What's fascinating here is that despite this tragedy's shadow, the Republic Day celebrations went on peacefully throughout the Northeast.
It really shows the region's resilience and commitment to national unity, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And speaking of celebrations, let's talk about the Republic Day parade in Delhi. Did anything stand out to you this year?
Well, definitely. I always get chills watching those tableaux go down Kartavya Path. This year, the one commemorating 75 years of the Indian Constitution was particularly moving. But for sheer spectacle, you can't beat the military might on display.
Right.
Like, wow.
That tri-services tableau was certainly impressive. Seeing the Army, Navy, and Air Force represented together really highlighted the idea of a unified force.
And it wasn't just about showcasing the latest weaponry. That veterans tableau was a really touching tribute to those who have served our country.
It really emphasized that respect for service members, past and present, is a core part of what Republic Day is about.
And moving on from the parade ground, there's some buzz in the entertainment world. Seems like a new film about the 2020 Delhi riots is causing quite a stir.
Yes, this film, 2020 Delhi, has sparked some controversy, particularly from the Congress Party. They're claiming it distorts the narrative of what happened and could even incite communal disharmony.
And they're not just talking about it. They've actually appealed to the Election Commission to stop its release, citing its potential to disrupt the upcoming Delhi Assembly elections.
They've even compared it to that time back in 2019 when the Election Commission blocked the release of a biopic about Prime Minister Modi right before the general election.
It'll be interesting to see how the Election Commission handles this. The timing of the film's release, right in the middle of an election campaign, makes this a very delicate situation.
It certainly raises questions about the role of art in politically charged times.
Yeah.
And how to balance creative expression with the need for social harmony, especially during elections.
And while we're on the topic of Bollywood, there's some sad news to share. The renowned cardiac surgeon, Dr. K.M. Cherian, passed away recently.
Dr. Cherian was a true pioneer in his field. His work in cardiac surgery, particularly for children, and in heart transplantation, has left an undeniable mark on Indian healthcare.
From what I've read, he wasn't just a brilliant surgeon. He was also deeply compassionate. He treated everyone with equal care and respect, regardless of their background.
He was also known for going above and beyond for his patients, even those who couldn't afford the best care. He was truly dedicated to serving humanity.
And it's incredible how his influence extended beyond the operating room. He was heavily involved in research developing indigenous cardiac valves and other groundbreaking medical technologies.
His passion for advancing medical science in India was truly inspiring. He even founded a medical science park to promote research and innovation.
It's amazing to think about how one person can have such a wide-reaching impact.
His legacy will undoubtedly inspire generations of medical professionals to come. Speaking of inspiring figures, the Indian space program is also making headlines with a monumental achievement. ISRO just pulled off its first in-orbit rendezvous and docking.
That's right. This space docking experiment, or SpaceX, involved 2 satellites connecting and stabilizing while in orbit. That's a pretty crucial maneuver for future missions, wouldn't you say?
It's absolutely essential for complex missions like those to the moon or the construction of space stations. Imagine 2 spacecraft hurtling through space at thousands of kilometers per hour. Getting them to link up seamlessly requires an unbelievable level of precision and coordination.
It's mind-boggling to think about the calculations and engineering involved.
And they didn't just dock successfully, they also demonstrated the ability to control both satellites from a single point. That kind of control is vital for future missions where multiple spacecraft will need to work together.
So what does this SpaceX success mean for India's space program going forward?
It opens up a whole world of possibilities. We're talking potential missions to the moon, Mars, and even beyond. It also lays the groundwork for the development of the Bharatiya Antariksh Station, India's very own space station.
This is clearly a giant leap for India's space ambitions. But tell me, what exactly does this docking achievement involve? It sounds incredibly complex.
Well, imagine two spacecraft hurtling through space at thousands of kilometers per hour. To get them to connect seamlessly requires incredibly precise calculations, maneuvering, and coordination.
It's mind-boggling to think about the level of precision involved.
It is. And not only did they dock successfully, but they also demonstrated the ability to control both satellites from one another, crucial capability for future missions.
ISRO certainly seems to be firing on all cylinders. They've already got plans for Chandrayaan-4, and work on the Bharatiya Antarctic Station is moving steadily ahead.
They're definitely making the most of their resources. After deploying the SpaceX satellites, they even repurposed the PSLV C-60 rocket's fourth stage, turning it into the PSLV Orbital Experimental Module, which is now carrying 24 different payloads.
Talk about efficiency. It's fantastic to see ISRO's dedication to pushing the boundaries of space exploration.
And they're not just about exploration, they're also focused on making space more accessible. ISRO is working with universities and private companies, giving them opportunities to conduct experiments and gather data in space.
It's great that they're taking this collaborative approach, democratizing access to space and encouraging innovation across various sectors.
Exactly. And with a new launch pad under construction at Sriharikota and the next generation launch vehicle in development, the future of India's space program looks incredibly bright.
It's definitely an exciting time to follow India's journey into space. But we've covered a lot of ground already, and I think it's time to dive into the world of Bollywood and entertainment.
Sounds good to me. Let's explore what's making news in the world of movies, music, and more. So let's delve into the heart of Bollywood. This controversial film, 2020 Delhi, seems to be raising quite a few eyebrows.
It certainly has. The Congress Party is concerned about it potentially distorting the narrative of the 2020 Delhi riots and creating communal disharmony is a serious issue.
What's interesting is their appeal to the Election Commission to stop the film's release. They're citing its potential to disrupt the upcoming Delhi Assembly elections, which is a valid point.
It does make you think about the power of cinema and its potential influence, especially during such sensitive times.
The Election Commission's decision will be crucial in setting a precedent for handling such situations in the future.
Speaking of setting precedents, there's another film that's drawing a lot of attention this time for a very different reason.
Ah, you must be talking about the biopic on the legendary singer Lata Mangeshkar.
Yes, the film titled Melody Queen is generating a lot of buzz for its authentic portrayal of her life and music.
The casting of a relatively unknown actress as Lataju has sparked curiosity and anticipation among fans. It's a bold move by the filmmakers.
It's refreshing to see new talent being given a chance to shine, especially in a film that celebrates such an iconic figure.
And with A.R. Rahman composing the music, the film promises to be a musical treat as well.
It seems like Melody Queen could be the musical event of the year.
Now let's move from the silver screen to the world of television. There's been a lot of talk about the changing landscape of comedy shows.
You're right. With the rise of streaming platforms, traditional television comedy seems to be facing stiff competition.
The popularity of stand-up comedy specials and web series has definitely changed audience preferences.
It's interesting to see how these new formats are pushing the boundaries of humor and storytelling.
But traditional sitcoms still have their own charm and appeal. It'll be interesting to see how they adapt to the evolving entertainment landscape.
Now, let's not forget about the world of music. There's a new indie band making waves of their unique sound.
You're talking about the Masala Chai project, aren't you? They've created quite a stir with their fusion of folk music and electronic beats.
It's a truly innovative and captivating sound that's attracting listeners from all generations.
Their lyrics, which often touch upon social issues and everyday struggles, have resonated deeply with the youth.
It's great to see young artists using their platform to address important topics and connect with their audience on a deeper level.
And speaking of connecting with the audience, the recent surge in popularity of podcasts is a testament to the power of audio storytelling.
I agree. Podcasts have become such an integral part of our lives, offering a wide range of content from news and entertainment to education and personal growth.
The intimacy and accessibility of the medium have made it a favorite among listeners of all ages.
It's true. You can listen to a podcast while commuting, working out, or even just relaxing at home. It's like having a personal conversation with the hosts.
The rise of podcasts is a clear indication of the evolving media landscape and the diverse ways in which people consume information and entertainment.
It's fascinating to see how technology is constantly shaping our entertainment choices and opening up new avenues for creativity and expression. But now let's shift our focus to a more serious issue. It seems there's been a tragic train accident near Jalgan.
Yes, it's a heart-wrenching incident. A group of passengers in the general coach of the Pushpak Express panicked, fearing a fire had broken out. Many jumped onto the tracks only to be hit by the oncoming Karnataka Express.
It's a stark reminder of the importance of safety measures and awareness, especially in crowded public spaces.
The accident has also highlighted the plight of migrant workers who often travel in overcrowded general compartments, facing discomfort and a lack of safety measures.
The story of Kamala Bandari, a house help who lost her life in the accident, is truly heartbreaking. She had been working in Mumbai for 14 years, supporting her family back in Nepal. Now, her daughter-in-law, who is accompanying her to find work, is left to grapple with this immense loss.
It's a tragic reminder of the sacrifices these workers make, leaving their homes and loved ones behind to seek better opportunities.
This incident underscores the urgent need for better safety measures and improved working conditions for migrant workers. Their lives and well-being should be a priority.
Couldn't agree more. Now shifting our focus to another important issue, the MGN-RGS program, which guarantees 100 days of paid work to rural households, has been in the news lately.
Yes, there have been reports of significant delays in wage payments. This is concerning as the program is a lifeline for many rural families who rely on these wages for their basic needs.
It seems the Rural Development Ministry has been grappling with a budget shortfall leading to these delays.
This is a serious issue that needs immediate attention. The government must ensure that these vital funds reach the intended beneficiaries without any further delay.
The MGNR-RGS program plays a crucial role in rural development and poverty alleviation. It's essential that it receives the necessary financial support to function effectively.
Speaking of financial matters, there's been growing concern about the rising cost of living, particularly for the middle class.
A recent analysis has even suggested that the Delhi model of governance, which emphasizes providing freebies like electricity and water, has led to a decline in development expenditure.
That's a thought-provoking observation. While providing immediate relief is crucial, it's equally important to consider the long-term economic implications.
It's a delicate balancing act. Neglecting investments in infrastructure, education, and healthcare can have detrimental consequences down the line.
It's all about finding that sweet spot, striking the right balance between addressing immediate concerns and ensuring sustainable development.
Precisely. And it requires careful planning, efficient resource allocation, and a long-term vision. Short-term gains shouldn't come at the cost of compromising the future.
Now let's turn our attention to the role of governors in state universities. There seems to be a growing chorus of voices calling for reform.
The governor's role as chancellor, a vestige of the colonial era, has become increasingly politicized, raising concerns about interference in university autonomy.
So in essence, the current system could be prone to political manipulation, which could undermine the independence of these educational institutions.
There's a need to find a system that ensures accountability while safeguarding university autonomy and academic freedom.
That's right. The goal should be to foster a thriving academic environment free from undue political pressure.
It's a complex issue, but finding the right balance between political oversight and institutional independence is crucial.
Now let's dive into the world of finance and explore a development that has many crypto enthusiasts buzzing. Certain Indian exchanges have imposed restrictions on crypto withdrawals.
This move reflects the regulatory uncertainty surrounding crypto in India. While the government taxes crypto gains and transactions, comprehensive legislation governing the sector is still lacking.
So it's more about managing risk and preventing potential misuse rather than an outright ban on cryptocurrencies.
Precisely. The government seems to be treading cautiously, trying to find a way to regulate the crypto space effectively without stifling innovation.
However, these restrictions have undoubtedly caused frustration among crypto users who rely on these exchanges for their transactions.
Absolutely. Some users are resorting to workarounds like selling their crypto and withdrawing in rupees, while others are turning to international exchanges, even if they don't comply with Indian tax laws.
This situation highlights the need for clear and comprehensive crypto regulations in India.
The current ambiguity hinders the growth of the crypto industry and leaves investors vulnerable. Establishing clear guidelines would provide much-needed certainty.
Now let's shift gears and talk about financial planning, particularly for the middle class. There seems to be a lack of awareness and understanding about term insurance.
It's true. Many people prioritize immediate gratification over long-term security, neglecting to invest in products like term insurance that can protect their loved ones in case of unforeseen events.
What are the main reasons behind this reluctance to embrace term insurance?
It's a combination of factors. Some are unaware of its importance, while others fall prey to misconceptions, viewing it as an unnecessary expense with no tangible returns.
It's ironic that people hesitate to invest in something that can safeguard their family's financial future while readily spending on gadgets and vacations.
The middle class needs to rethink their financial planning and prioritize long-term security over short-term indulgences.
So how can we encourage greater adoption of term insurance?
Simplifying the language used in insurance products,
Right.
leveraging technology to make the purchase process seamless, and promoting financial literacy initiatives can go a long way.
It's about making insurance accessible, relatable, and easy to understand.
Exactly. Now let's turn our attention to the Indian sporting arena. From Odisha Warriors' victory in the inaugural Women's Hockey India League to the achievements of young athletes like Tilak Varma and Rithin Pranav, there's a lot to celebrate.
It's truly an exciting time for Indian sports. These young talents are not just winning matches, they're inspiring a new generation of athletes to dream big.
And it's not just about individual brilliance. There's a growing emphasis on teamwork, strategic planning, and a scientific approach to training, which are all contributing to India's rise as a sporting powerhouse.
It's amazing to see this new wave of talent emerging across various sporting disciplines. But before we wrap up, I'd like to highlight the story of Padma Shri awardee, Pandiram Mandavi, a wood craftsman from Chhattisgarh.
Mr. Mandavi's journey is an inspiration. He has dedicated his life to preserving and promoting the traditional woodcraft of the Murya tribe, creating intricate art pieces that have captivated audiences worldwide.
His story is a reminder of the richness and diversity of India's cultural heritage. It's important that we recognize and support these artisans, ensuring these invaluable traditions are passed on.
Absolutely. Mr. Mandavi's success proves that talent and dedication can transcend geographical boundaries and societal limitations.
His story beautifully exemplifies the vibrant tapestry of life in India, where tradition and modernity intertwine. And as we near the end of our deep dive, I'm filled with a sense of awe and appreciation for this incredible nation.
It's been a fascinating journey exploring the diverse stories shaping India's present and future.
It's fascinating how seamlessly we've traveled from the world of sports to the intricate artistry of traditional crafts. It speaks volumes about India's multifaceted nature.
Indeed, India is a nation where the ancient and the modern coexist, where challenges and triumphs interweave to create a rich tapestry of experiences.
But speaking of triumphs, let's talk about a development that's making waves in the world of technology. It seems India has achieved a breakthrough in quantum computing.
Ah, yes. This is a remarkable feat. Researchers at the Indian Institute of Science have successfully developed a quantum computer that can perform complex calculations much faster than traditional computers.
That's incredible. What does this mean for India's technological landscape?
This breakthrough has the potential to revolutionize various fields, from medicine and material science to artificial intelligence and cybersecurity.
So we're talking about advancements that could have a significant impact on our lives.
Absolutely. Imagine developing new drugs with unprecedented speed, creating unbreakable encryption algorithms, or even understanding the universe in ways we never thought possible.
It's mind-boggling to think about the possibilities, and it's inspiring to see India playing a leading role in this cutting-edge field.
It certainly positions India as a global leader in the race for quantum supremacy.
Now let's shift our focus to a story that highlights the importance of environmental conservation. There's been a heartwarming initiative taking place in the Sundarbans.
You must be referring to the community-led mangrove restoration project.
That's right. Local communities have come together to plant thousands of mangrove saplings, playing a crucial role in protecting this fragile ecosystem.
Mangroves are essential for coastal protection, biodiversity conservation, and mitigating climate change.
It's heartwarming to see people taking ownership of their environment and working towards a sustainable future.
Their efforts are a testament to the power of collective action and the importance of preserving our natural heritage for generations to come.
And as we conclude our deep dive, I'm struck by the sheer breadth and depth of stories we've explored today. Stories that reflect the dynamism, resilience, and ever-evolving spirit of India.
It's been an enriching journey, traversing the landscapes of politics, entertainment, technology, sports culture, and the environment.
Each story in its own unique way has painted a vivid picture of India's present and offered glimpses into its promising future.
And remember, these are just a handful of the countless stories that shape the fabric of this incredible nation.
For queries and advertisements, email to the aisamachar@gmail.com.
We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into some of India's biggest news. Join us next time as we continue to explore the stories that matter.